The Bible is a tapestry of stories. It is filled with heroes and villains, saints and sinners. Few figures, however, are as polarizing as Jezebel. Her name echoes through millennia, synonymous with wickedness and ambition. But who was this woman? What drove her to such extremes? And what lessons can we, thousands of years later, glean from her tumultuous life and dramatic demise? Jezebel's story is not just a historical account. It is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the corrupting nature of power, the dangers of blind ambition, and the ultimate triumph of justice. It is a story that transcends time, holding up a mirror to our own lives and relationships. Her tale is a journey into the heart of human desire, betrayal, and the eternal battle between good and evil. It prompts us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the choices we make. So let us delve into the world of ancient Israel and uncover the truth behind the legend of Jezebel. Jezebel was not born to rule Israel. She was a princess of Sidon, a land where the god Baal reigned supreme. Baal, the storm god, was a deity of power and fertility, worshipped with fervent rituals and, at times, brutal sacrifices. Jezebel, steeped in this culture, carried her beliefs with her like a suit of armor when she arrived in Israel as the bride of King Ahab. Ahab, the king of Israel, was a man torn between his faith and his desire for stability. He saw in Jezebel a chance to forge a powerful alliance to secure his kingdom against the encroaching threats of his enemies. But this union, born out of political expediency, would have devastating consequences for both Ahab and the kingdom of Israel. Jezebel, a woman of fierce intelligence and unwavering ambition, quickly consolidated her power. She surrounded herself with prophets of Baal, promoted her own religion, and ruthlessly silenced any opposition to her rule. This clash of cultures, of gods and beliefs set the stage for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of Israel. The arrival of Jezebel in Israel marked a turning point in the spiritual landscape of the kingdom. The worship of Yahweh, the one true God, was challenged openly for the first time. Temples to Baal sprung up across the land, and the seductive allure of his rituals, promising prosperity and abundance, began to sway the hearts of the Israelites. Jezebel, fueled by an unshakable conviction in her own beliefs, persecuted the prophets of Yahweh, driving them into hiding. She sought to eradicate their faith, to replace it with the worship of her own gods. But her actions only served to fan the flames of resistance, igniting the righteous anger of a lone prophet named Elijah. Elijah, a wild and enigmatic figure, emerged from the wilderness to challenge Jezebel and her priests. His confrontation with the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel is one of the most dramatic events in the Bible, a testament to the power of faith and the emptiness of false idols. Jezebel's ambition was not limited to matters of faith. She coveted power in all its forms, and her hunger for control knew no bounds. The story of Naboth's vineyard illustrates the depth of her ruthlessness and the ease with which she could manipulate her husband, King Ahab. Naboth, a humble farmer, owned a vineyard that Ahab desired. When Naboth refused to sell his ancestral land, Ahab, accustomed to getting his way, sulked in his palace. Jezebel, however, saw an opportunity to demonstrate her power and to please her husband. She orchestrated a plan using false witnesses and trumped-up charges of blasphemy to condemn Naboth to death. With Naboth gone, Ahab seized the coveted vineyard, oblivious to the grave injustice that had been committed in his name. The confrontation between Elijah and the prophets of Baal on Mount Carmel was not merely a religious debate. It was a battle for the soul of Israel. Elijah, standing alone against the forces of Jezebel and her priests, challenged them to prove the power of their God. The prophets of Baal danced and chanted, cutting themselves in a frenzy of devotion, but their God remained silent. Elijah, with quiet confidence, built an altar to Yahweh, soaked the wood and the sacrifice in water, and called upon the name of his God. Fire descended from heaven, consuming the sacrifice, the altar, and even the water in the trench. The people, witnessing this display of divine power, fell to their knees, proclaiming, "Yahweh, he is God. Yahweh, he is God." Elijah, victorious, ordered the execution of the prophets of Baal, a decisive blow against Jezebel's reign of terror. As the whispers of rebellion grew louder, a prophecy long foretold began to unfold. Jezebel's influence, once so powerful, started to wane. The people once under her spell began to see the truth. And, well, the prophecy was fulfilled in ways that no one could have anticipated. Even today, the echoes of Jezebel's story resonate in our modern world. Her tale serves as a cautionary reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and manipulation. We see reflections of her in various forms, reminding us to stay vigilant and, to seek truth and justice. Amidst the chaos that Jezebel left behind, there was a search for peace. People began to rebuild, to heal, and to find solace in unity and truth. It wasn't easy, but in the end they found a way to move forward, to create a society based on trust and integrity. As we reflect on Jezebel's story, it calls us to look within ourselves, to question our own actions and the influences we allow into our lives. It's a call to be better, to strive for a world where justice and truth prevail, and ultimately to learn from the past to build a brighter future.